Hey everyone, welcome to western Colorado, a bit of kind of a more semi-arid environment part of Colorado. I'm just out here just doing a quick overnight, not even in really any kind of destination. I'm just out on some BLM land, but I just came across these kind of small slot canyons. I figured I'd hike you guys through and then we'll go and find ourselves a campsite for the night. But maybe in a few thousand years these will be a lot deeper and spectacular, but you know, this is like my head level right here. So you still get some cool features to the sandstone this way. This one kind of has two joined together. We'll go up that arm later. Kind of step in here. Really cool. Somewhat reminds me of being in Antelope Canyon in Arizona, only like a micro version of it. I think I'm gonna have to put the camera down for a sec to do some hand moves, but we'll be right back. Alright, had to do a little scrambling to get up through some of these sections. Has some mud in the bottom, so ran with water recently, but we're pretty much at the top here. Pretty much standing at chest level now, so pretty cool. Nothing like you'll see in Zion National Park or Escalante or any of those kind of places, but pretty cool for just being out here in some no-name BLM land. We'll go see if the other fork has anything to offer. Kind of getting low on daylight, so then we'll go and find a campsite. Okay, so we just went up this arm here on the right side. I've kind of scouted the one here on the left, and it's going to be easier to show you from kind of the above area here, but a lot of the similar kind of features, but got some I don't know the names of these, but some nice desert wildflowers starting to bloom. It's real nice. It's not too hot out here yet. It gets really hot in the summer, but right now it's really pleasant. Here's where this one kind of dives into the narrower section. Sorry about the shaky cam there. Yeah, we'll get up here. It's quite deep down in this one. But anyway, and then this one peters right out. Yeah, you can just see how this creek bed just hits this slab of sandstone, finds some weaknesses, and erosion takes over from there. Pretty cool. Alright, well, we've arrived. Had some kind of fun 4x4 driving to get up here. Subaru handled it well. Just kind of camping in a pinyon juniper forest, sagebrush flat out that way. The camp right here is right next to a big slick rock section. It's kind of dotted by pinyon and juniper trees, but just car camping this time. No backcountry backpacking. Just taking all the comforts with me on this one. But I'll get my camp kind of situated here. Getting kind of hungry, so cook up some dinner too. Well, here's gonna be home for the night. I brought a tent and stuff, but I'm kind of just too lazy to even bother pitching it. I mean, I'll either be sleeping in the dirt, get everything dirty, or sleeping on the rock. I can just sleep in the car, not have to worry about rain or anything. Just being lazy, but I fit in there with the seat folded down, and then just kind of got like a box of my gear and stuff here. Don't really have to worry about bears out in this part of Colorado, so keeping it simple, keeping it easy. Got some fishing gear. That was for a separate part of this trip that I didn't film anything of, but I think it's time to get a little grub going. Alright, we got the water on, alcohol stove. Dinner is going to be some chili mac from Mary Jane's farm. I had such good luck with it the last time I filmed when I used this kind of cozy pouch that I made that fits these bags. Definitely do that again, so then no dishes or anything. And while I'm waiting for the water to boil, I'll probably process up some firewood and other things to keep me from thinking about dinner. The sun's getting ready to set, and it's cooling off pretty quick, so it'll be nice to have a little campfire. Got a new toy I'll be testing out, or I've been testing out, but it'll be the first time showing it on film, so that'll be coming up soon. Alright, so while dinner is rehydrating, I'll show you the stove I'm using. It's basically the same, my go-to stove, a Fancy Feast. This is my kind of chopped down version, but I gotta give a shout out to Martina de Jaquiz, I hope I'm saying your last name right, Martina. But she came up with this idea to, my previous version of the pared down one, I took this rim and it was flipped, so this rim on the bottom was up towards the top. It wasn't really doing anything there other than giving the stove a little bit more strength. But she kind of had the idea, well, if you invert it, then you get a little bit of a wider base, so it just makes the stove, you know, when your pot's on, it just gives you that little bit extra diameter down there, which makes it a little less tippy. So, been definitely enjoying that. And yeah, these alcohol stoves, the Fancy Feasts, are the best that you can make. I've done a whole video about that. Here is my new toy that I'm playing around with. It's a folding firebox stove, which if you're not aware of them, just search on YouTube for Firebox Stove or go to fireboxstove.com and check out Steve's videos. He does amazing things with these stoves. Not really intending to do a review. I'm still kind of getting familiar with mine, and I'll show my thoughts later, but so far I just love it. It's just so genius, very well thought out and crafted. Really like it, and it's really great in a place like this for having a leave no trace campfire, because I'm not really in a used and impacted campsite here. There are some fire rings. There's one right over here, but it's quite old. I went and checked it out. Very old, so I'd rather not reuse that one. I can just have this little guy here, and nobody will even know it was ever there. Well, we'll be back, get some fire going here for some ambiance and eating dinner. Well, dinner was delicious. That chili mac from Mary Jane's Farm, highly recommended. Now just enjoying a little campfire ambiance with much less work and smoke than an actual campfire, thanks to the enclosed stove there. Little cup of tea. Maybe have some bourbon whiskey before dinner. No, definitely have some bourbon whiskey before dinner. Got a nice little sunset going. It's just simple living. Life's grand. Well, good morning, everyone. I kind of quit filming last night because I had some people move nearby that were playing some music, but luckily they didn't play it too late. I didn't have a problem sleeping. I got the firebox loaded up here, kind of doing it Swedish fire torch style this morning. Just cause it's actually not that cold now that the sun's up. I'm just kind of trying to burn up some of this wood I brought. And now it's time to get some coffee and oatmeal going. So we'll do that, and then I'll sound a lot less tired. Alright everyone, while I'm waiting for the second round of water to boil for coffee, I'm going to show you what I've got here for breakfast. I'm trying this for the first time of actually cooking again in one of these cozy pouch things, but I've just got my oatmeal, quick oats kind of done up from home with quick oats, dates, coconut, and dried blueberries. And that, you know, I just figured, well, actually I brought so much I wasn't sure it was going to fit in the 700 milliliter cook pot I had. And I've read about guys who eat right out of the plastic bag, this freezer bag, so I'm going to try that. It's pretty much ready to go. And then for coffee, trying something new here. This is, get the camera to focus, Delayo Instant Espresso Powder. I've had Medaglia d'Oro Instant Espresso. This stuff seems to taste about the same. I'd have to do a side-by-side comparison, but it's easy and decent enough. I think we're about at a rolling boil, so we'll be back when we have some coffee. I think I forgot to report on how the night went, but I slept plenty warm. I got a little cold on the top of my head because that was the only thing sticking out of my sleeping bag early in the morning, so I just put on a beanie cap and I was just fine. I mean, this is a 5 degree rated bag, so I actually slept with my windows cracked on purpose to not overheat, not fog out the whole inside, and then that way I could see the stars, you know, hear the sound of the wind at night and whatnot, and not roast myself. So I was totally fine in there. Didn't have any base layers on at all. Making good progress burning this wood up, just about through what I intend to burn. I gotta say that cooking in the bag this morning was awesome, because doing the dishes basically amounted to zipping that bag closed and licking the oatmeal off my spoon. And it can't get much easier than that. Once I get this wood burned up and get the fire kind of burned down, I think I'm not in too much of a rush to head out. Might explore some of this slick rock flat, just kind of check out the area a little bit and see what there is to see, and I'll film some footage if I catch anything interesting. So a couple times since I've been up here, I've heard in the distance what sounded like a wild turkey gobble, and I just heard it a lot closer, so I scampered up here on the slick rock and I saw him heading off this way. The closest I got, he'd be way too far to see with the camera I've got here with no zoom. It would just be a little speck, but yeah, just a pretty good sized wild turkey, so that was cool. You don't see those too often, at least where I'm used to camping and stuff, but just beautiful. Now that the sun's out, it's nice and warm, really pleasant. But I'm probably about ready to pack it all up and head on out. So hope you guys enjoyed being along for the video here. I know I haven't been uploading as much lately, but I had to take advantage of the chances I do get. So got a chance to show you some different parts of Colorado that I don't get to as often as the kind of alpine forest areas. But Western Colorado has its own unique kind of beauty. Really nice. Really close to Colorado National Monument, which has some really spectacular scenery. So if you ever get a chance to come out this way, you won't regret it. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Cheers.